I thought actually with the introduction you were going to go with some sort of pirate theme introduction, you know, like, ahoy mates, climb aboard and set sail, something like that. But anyway, maybe next time.
Welcome everyone to another episode of A Beer with the Brewers today. And today I'm joined by one of our brewers, Dino. You're back, I think, for your second appearance, mate, on the podcast.
That's it. I'm back, baby.
You must have done all right to get a second gig.
Second invite.
Yeah.
Wow, cool.
Awesome. So we're here, mate, on this nice steamy Queensland summer's day. Well, it's not summer anymore, but
Well, it feels like it.
Feels
Absolutely.
like it. Which is the perfect day, really, to be talking about drinking a Baltic porter.
Oh, yeah, why not? every day is a good day for a Baltic porter,
Absolutely.
if you ask me.
So, mate, you've been with us for nearly a year now.
Yeah.
So, will we call this your celebration 1 year beer?
No, let's save that for another beer. But yeah, this can be the interlude.
The interlude?
Yeah.
Yeah, so this is a little number. I think you first homebrewed this, mate, in your shed or in your garage.
In the man cave.
In the man cave. And it's got a gig as one of our limited releases.
It does. I do have to clarify, the one I brewed at home was slightly different. It had bourbon in it and it was a hell of a lot boozier. So
we've made them more...
we thought we'd just restrain the alcohol a little bit. One, to keep Jay happy, and two, to keep it more sessionable for the punters.
Yes, definitely, particularly at this time of the year where it's pretty warm. So cut the booze down is probably not a bad thing.
No, I think it's a great thing. I brewed this at home and felt really happy with the results. And I know, speaking to you, it was a style that you always wanted to brew. So we thought, let's do it.
Why don't we crack it open anyway while we have a chat about it?
Yeah, sounds good. So
this was actually the second batch or version of this beer we brewed here.
Yeah.
We did the first one that has now gone into barrels. So you brewed that, I think, right at the start of the year in January. Or was it even in December?
No, it was the end of last year.
Yeah, the end of last year, just before Christmas. And your recipe you did at home didn't quite translate to the big brewery. It was a little bit light in colour.
Yeah.
And then I don't think we quite got the extract we were expecting.
No, it was the initial brew was an underachiever and the second one was an overachiever. So, you know, the yin and yang, it all balanced out.
A bit of nice little balance in the middle.
So, and this is the result, really, isn't it?
So the first one, for those that have had the pleasure of drinking the barrel-aged Imperial Stout, that we've affectionately named the Bone Shaker, the Baltic Porter is the follow-up to that. Probably a little bit more, I guess, approachable than the Bone Shaker in terms of alcohol, anyway.
Definitely.
So that's now in the barrels, in bourbon barrels again, Jack Daniel's barrels, I think. So that'll be sitting away, ready to go again for Christmas next year. And then this being the follow-up version. So brewed it just to release as a limited release. It's good to have a second go at it though, because they don't always work out as you expect the first time.
Yeah, that's right. Particularly going from a batch of 50 litres up to a batch of, 1,800 or something on knockout. And so just a whisper more.
So mate, you obviously, before you come and worked for us, you had worked at Ballistic for 6 or so months, but largely we're a home brewer, I guess. So how does it feel to go from being a home brewer to a commercial brewer and then being able to release one of your beers? One of your babies?
Yeah, one of my babies. It's fun. I think for a lot of home brewers, it's kind of the ultimate goal is to, if you really take your hobby seriously and you're interested in brewing great beer, which we hope most home brewers are striving to achieve. It's the kind of pinnacle to then take that recipe and that beer that you've worked on and that you're proud of and get to essentially commercialize it and scale it up. So, that for me is like a full circle loop. But it's an opportunity that's been afforded to me because I work in a brewery. So, but I have seen that often breweries will sort of reach out to home brewers and run competitions, and then if it wins the competition, it gets scaled up and released as a limited release in breweries, which is a lot of fun. So, but yeah, I circumvented all that. lots of hard work and a little bit of trust, and
I think it's come out pretty well, mate. Drinking pretty nicely.
Yeah, no, I love it. It's
we
fantastic.
packaged this, I think, last week, so it's pretty fresh.
Yeah. No, it's beautiful and fresh.
If it ever does cool down, this is going to be a nice sort of afternoon, evening beer as the sun sort of setting.
Yeah. I think leading into winter, this would be a perfect beer to sit, on the couch. And
for me, I would say this time of year is my favourite time for making beers because you get to make the dark beers. We'll probably release this one slightly earlier than you normally would. I guess Easter is normal. Yeah. Sort of people's mindset. You can start sort of drinking the more malty dark beers.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is the first of probably 3 or 4 that we'll do over the cooler months. And obviously being in Queensland, we don't have that really cooler climate.
Yeah.
Like you do down in Victoria where it's dark beer weather all the time.
Cool is relative, isn't it? Like most things.
Probably appropriate though that today is St. Paddy's Day. So almost a stout.
Yeah, I know. Cool.
Can you tell us a little bit about the beer, how you come up with the recipe? What was the inspo?
The inspiration essentially was, I think I got into brewing, home brewing with a good mate that I worked with when I was an engineer, and he brewed a Baltic porter, and I think he had black currants in it.
Yeah.
And I just nicknamed it the Willy Wonka.
Yeah.
And then so it was actually the first time we'd brewed the style, and he ballparked it. It was such a great beer. And then I just grabbed a couple of commercial examples of it and just really loved the style. So I mean, a Baltic porter is essentially a dark beer, as you can see, but it's all about the malt. So it's all about malt complexity, a little bit of residual sweetness balanced by some bitterness in the beer. So it's the hero is malt, but it really needs to be balanced. And a Baltic porter, besides it being a malt forward style beer, is brewed differently to a traditional porter in the sense that it's cold fermented and it's cold conditioned. So that really just...
It's a lager, essentially.
Yeah, so we use lager yeast in this to ferment it out. So that keeps the ester profile low, the high raw to alcohols low. So, in a traditional Baltic porter, say it might be around 8-9%, doing that low and slow ferment, a shout out to low and slow too right there, is a really great way just to get that ultra smooth, ultra clean fermentation, which just lends itself to a beautifully balanced, complex malt character in a beer. So yeah, for lots of reasons, I think it's just a stellar a beer style, to be honest.
So doing a little bit of research on it, the style originates from the Baltic region.
Yep.
And it was sort of their version of an imperial stout. So often they were quite strong, 8-9%.
Yeah.
As you said at the start, we've gone for a more approachable version.
Yeah, which
but
I think
all
is
the elements
nice.
are there for me.
Oh yeah, it's just literally a scaled down version, but like you said, all the elements are there. It drinks wonderfully. It's got a lovely malt character to it. It's complex. It's interesting. And it's just, even if you're not a massive fan of dark beer styles, I think everyone should give this a go and set sail for the Baltic Sea.
Set sail. That's a good segue, mate, into the label. So we've named it no wonder you got a second run, mate.
Oh no, this just flying
You'll be
off the
taking
cup
over
here.
my spot soon as
as
the main man.
I don't have green Crocs.
Yeah, we've got to make
not
sure
green,
the Crocs,
blue. Sorry,
we've got the
wrong
blue
colour.
Crocs on today.
I'm colourblind.
Croc season. So the Old Gothenburg is an old merchant ship that used to ply the seas of the Baltic region.
Yeah, okay.
Back in 1854, and then it got transported to Australia.
Oh, did it?
So it sailed around the Tasman Sea and then crashed off North Queensland somewhere.
Oh, okay. So it's a wreck somewhere.
It is a wreck, I believe. I don't know if you can still dive on it.
Yeah,
if
probably
it's
been
still
reclaimed by the sea by now.
Yeah, I'd say so. But good bit of research there. Shout out to the marketing team for that one.
Yeah, good on you. Do you know what they actually were shipping as a merchant ship?
Definitely.
So we're actually interviewing the interviewers. Google.
I would say they were probably shipping barrels of beer.
Yeah, I think so.
So that lends even more sort of to the story.
Yeah, no, it's great.
Got a nice little tie-in.
Yeah.
Beautiful artwork once again by Verg.
I thought actually with the introduction you were going to go with some sort of pirate theme introduction, like, ahoy mates, climb aboard and set sail, something like that. But anyway, Maybe next time.
We're saving that one for when we're doing a Jamaican stout.
Oh, okay.
Tropical stout.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah. So it'd be perfect in this sort of weather.
What I'll actually do is, I'll make no promises, but I can probably deliver this, is I'll bring in a steel drum and then we can, really get festive. My brother-in-law's dad's from Trinidad, so and he's a musician and he plays the steel drums, the steel band. So maybe we could even get him as a guest.
Absolutely, I like the sound of it.
Podcast, and he can send us off with some tunes from the Caribbean. Yeah.
a bit of Rasta music.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, awesome.
He's a legend.
Beautiful. Oh well, mate, I think it probably brings us to the end.
Yeah.
Of the journey. Very,
Round 2,
symbolic.
knockout. TKO.
Thanks for coming in, mate. And joining us. Well, you're here anyway, but thanks for coming on camera.
That's all right.
And joining us to have a chat about this beer.
No, always a pleasure. It's always fun to do these things. We take lots of things seriously here, but some things we just have a lot of fun.
Oh, you got to at the end of the day.
Yeah.
We're all here slaving away. You were on the brew deck yesterday. We were talking about it before. It was probably close to 100% humidity.
Yeah. Oh no, it was just absolutely awful. It was. I think I lost about probably 5 kilos in perspiration. Drinking water all day, but still went home with a headache.
Yeah.
Back all smiling today.
Absolutely. Back with a smile on the dial.
Yeah.
All right, mate. We've got a question from one of our top viewers, top fans.
Yep, cool.
Out there, avid listener to the show. If you were stranded on a desert island, mate, what would be your desert island beer that you could only drink for the rest of your life? Rest of your time on the island.
I think it would be a West Coast.
A West Coast IPA.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, why not?
Why not? Tropical fruit, island life.
We got plenty of time to sleep it off anyway.
Yeah, well, imagine that, just waking up in the morning, dusty as.
Cracking a West Coast.
And just spending the whole day, thinking about how you're going to eat and drink.
Nice 7.2% or something.
Beautiful.
Yeah, perfect.
Yeah. Nothing like a hangover in the sun.
If you're only drinking one beer for the rest of your life, I like your idea of having something a bit stronger like an IPA.
Yeah.
Might numb some of the boredom of being out there on your own.
Yeah. Yeah. Good.
Yeah, certainly.
It was like, what was that Tom Hanks movie where he's
Castaway?
Castaway. What's that bloody ball at?
Wilson.
Wilson, yeah, it's a Wilson beer.
Yeah, mate. I'm sure you being an engineer, you're always coming up with different ways to do things.
Oh yeah.
You could probably work out how to distill the coconuts or something and make some coconut liquor, with enough time on your hands.
Yeah, that'd be fun actually. Some coconut spirit.
Yeah, who knows what that'd be like.
Distilled by the sun.
Perfect.
Yeah, there you go. Maybe we should start doing that here.
Oh, there you go, Dom. I hope you get that one.
Thanks, Dom. Great question.
Cheers.
Yeah,
we'll enjoy the rest of this beer.
Yeah, no worries. Cheers, everyone.
Make sure you get out to all the good bottle shops. It's available on tap at the venues.
Yeah, we'll get to the venues and get your lips around some Old Gothenburg.
Some Old Gothenburg Baltic Porter. Cheers, guys.
Cheers.